Hey everybody, Pastor Justin here. Excited to have a sunnier, warmer weekend. It's Saturday, April 24th, 2020. We're looking at Proverbs 14:30. This last week, my grandma down in Ohio was rushed to the emergency room because she said it felt like there was an elephant sitting on her chest. Now, nice to report that actually wasn't the case. It would have been weirder if literally that had been happening. But it was, of course, a heart problem. She's already had many operations on her heart, including a pacemaker that's in there. And this time she had to have several stents put in her heart to clear up some blockage. And the doctor said, had it not been for her blood thinner, she would have died. Now, we're, of course, all relieved she is okay and happy to report she's home, safe and sound. But it made me think of today's proverb that says, a tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bone rot. Now, obviously, if our hearts fail, we die. But today's proverb isn't talking about our physical hearts. What was even harder for Grandma than the physical pain was due to this social distancing. None of our family was able to be with her during that stay before or after a major heart operation, and I know how scary it was. I wouldn't have wanted to be in a outpatient hip replacement that I had this year without Jill there with me. So man, when Solomon talks about the heart in this passage, he's talking about the inner man. The Hebrew concept for heart meant the seat of our emotion, our desire, our passions, our thoughts, our courage. That's what Grandma was dealing with. It was her emotions, her desire to be near loved ones, and her anxious thoughts. And this proverb says that a tranquil or a healing, in the footnotes, heart gives life to the flesh. Now, life here means what sustains you, keeps you alive, lively, active. But isn't that kind of obvious or even redundant? Like if your heart, your inner person is healthy and alive, then you will be healthy and alive. Well, remember we said that Proverbs are like the hard candy of the Bible. You got to suck on them for a little while. And like most Proverbs, there's a comparison being made. And I think looking at the second half of the proverb will help us understand the first one. It says, envy makes the bones rot. Now, again, the language here isn't literal. Like if I'm jealous of somebody, I don't physically collapse into a heap, although the outer and inner are connected, like how I get cold sores when I get a little stressed out. But envy involves resenting other people for what they have or don't have. So this is a comparison, right? I found myself doing this during quarantine. Like I'll walk into the store and people aren't wearing masks. I'm just judging them, those heathens. Or I'm hearing about someone getting together with extended family for Easter, and I'm going, I'm telling Dunleavy, right? I'm jealous, I'm resentful because I didn't get to or choose to do that with my family. But they say that resentment is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Solomon doesn't say that the envy will rot the other person's bones. He says it'll rot my bones. So what do we do? Well, if envy involves comparing myself with others and wishing that I had what they had, well, what's the opposite? I would say that a healthy or a tranquil heart is when I'm content with what the Lord has for me and what he has for me. Not worrying about other people. What does trust and obedience for Justin look like in this season? Not for the other Fred Meyer customers or for the members in our church. What my grandma needed more than stents put in her heart was the peace of God to rule in her inner grandma during that time. And is there resentment in your heart towards someone today that needs to be confessed? I mean, this quarantine period's right for it. You're wishing you had somebody else's job security or family dynamics. Maybe you're like, it'd be a lot easier if I didn't have the kids right now, or wish I was married. Or maybe you look at someone that you think they're handling it too flippantly, or they're handling it way too cautiously. Resentment toward the government. There's just lots of areas where it can pop out, but I just encourage you, put down the poison. It's only hurting yourself, wearing down your own bones. Let God worry about them, and let's us focus on what God has each of us individually to do. And I actually encourage you to be a part of healing instead of being envy and taking. Let's be a part of healing other people. So I just want to encourage you guys in that today, and love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful sunny weekend. Bye.